It's funny how much times have changed when going back to when you were entering the draft and how much news was made just about the fact that you admitted in private discussions that you'd once smoked marijuana.
Yeah.
How do you view how the NFL's handled it in recent times?
The NFL's changing themselves. If the NFL gives something to the players, you better know they're taking something on the back end. So I feel like they gave the players the ability to have more of the substance in their system, so that they don't really get in trouble for it as much anymore, really. So they can actually have another way to take care of their body and not have to take all the opioids that are prescribed, because you get those things too. And obviously we know the destructive effect and how addictive those things can be, and that's another reason why we're in this.
Have you reached out to the NFL to try and engage on the topic?
We've reached out to the teams through people. I know the NFL has put a grant out there where they're going to donate, I forget how much, was maybe $1 million or something like that, to cannabis research. So that's a start. That's a start. That's all. Right now, that's all you can ask for from the NFL, because I wasn't expecting that. So.
And do you see yourself reaching out to the league at some point to try and develop some sort of partnership?
That's for sure. We're definitely going to. I think that when we get in a better position with some of these products that we're talking about, and we're able to do some more research on them and really show them, like, hey, this is Harvard research. This is Johns Hopkins research. This is institutional research that we're doing here. It's not we're not doing this in our backyard.
And you talked about kind of positive effects of cannabis versus opioids, which are still commonly used and legal for medical reasons. How often did you use marijuana during your career?
I use it on a regular. Early in my career, coming out of college, I used it, every now and then. But when I got to the league, it seems like you go from being in college to, can't get hurt, never get hurt, to all of a sudden, once you get in the league, like, you're hurt every day.
Really?
This is crazy. Cause I got little injuries in college, but nothing like the league. I guess it's just, you're playing against such bigger, faster players, stronger players. But it definitely increased to the point where I'm using every week, during the league. Like, after games, before I go to sleep, yeah.
And what made you realize that helped?
Just the level of sleep. For me, I know my mind can race, where I'm just thinking about something. I'm sitting there, like, thinking about my speech, and my mind's just racing. I'm like, no, something's not right. And I'm up at 4 o'clock in the morning trying to fix it the day before my speech. And I was finally like, my wife was like, get your butt in the bed. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. I just need to go to sleep. And then I wake up the next morning, it all just came together.
It's also time we recognize the potential of phytomedicines, plant medicines, to aid in improving the mental health and quality of life for so many. These plants, primitive in nature, provide an alternative to their destructive counterparts, opioids.
How about the most Vicodin you ever had to take, and how long that continued for?
I remember, I took a lot of stuff. I took Vicodin, Toradol, some Oxys, whatever you could do to play. That was the mindset. You want to be available. If you're not available to your team, that's how you get off your team. And for me personally, I just like to play. We all just want to play. We always want to be on the field, even if we're hurt, because we understand that everybody's got injuries that we got to deal with. But that's just part of the game, being able to play while you're hurt. Like I said in my speech, anything that we could take to play, we did.
The pain was so severe that I would take whatever I could just to manage the pain to be able to play. The pain began to take a toll on my body and my quality of life. My journey through the pain began to reshape my view of the world. It gave me more empathy and understanding for those who suffer and deal with pain on a daily basis. I want you to know that I see you, and you matter, and to fight and to do your best to make it through and never give in to the pain.
How long a period of time would you have to take it for?
Oh, it just depends. Like, so say for instance, my injury on my finger, that was at a point in time where I was like, okay, the Oxys, all this stuff makes my stomach. Like, it didn't make me, didn't feel right. Like, just something about it was off. The Percocet, oh man, I took that like 2 times for my finger, and it was great with the pain, but I felt off, like everything was off, and then from that point, it's just cannabis.
Looking back now, even if that's commonplace and regularly used kind of when you're in it playing, how much do you think it's actually overused?
Like the Toradols and all that stuff. When I was playing, it was freely available. And they changed it halfway through my career because it was too readily accessible in the locker rooms where guys could just go get it whenever they need it. So that was probably a change for the better, because I think that some people went off the deep end, using other things because of that.
And that's where today, present day, as more and more research comes available, that cannabis, you believe, can really step in and make a big difference.
Indeed, we have what's called an endocannabinoid system. It's almost like cannabis is made for us, because we have receptors that accept cannabis. So that's my true belief that, anything that is of the earth, should go into our body. Anything of synthetic means, not that I don't, put processed food into my body sometimes and take medicine, but, if I can avoid it, yeah.